can say that they know the loopholes in the procedure. But I'm saying that for a lawyer to say the things that Afenyo Markins said, that lawyer should be on his way to the General Legal Council.
Then, of course, there's the matter of his referral to the Privileges Committee over this what happened at the ECOWAS court. Is that in place for you?
Definitely in place. So, let me take you through the egregious offense that Afenyo Markins has committed. Ghana is a member of the ECOWAS community. So we, the people of this country, are members of the ECOWAS community. The ECOWAS community has established a court, meaning we, the people in the ECOWAS community, have established a court.
That's Parliament, actually.
The Parliament. Sorry.
I misled you. ECOWAS Parliament, yeah.
ECOWAS Parliament. Now we, the people, say that sitting in our national parliament, we will send representatives of our national parliament to the ECOWAS Parliament to deliberate on our behalf. We, the people. So we have given the Ghana Parliament the authority to select our representatives to the ECOWAS Parliament. Ghana Parliament exercises that authority that we have given to them to send a representative to Parliament, to the ECOWAS Parliament. Then somebody who has not been made a representative of that Parliament decides to take matters into his own hand to represent himself at the ECOWAS Parliament. That is an affront to the authority of Parliament and by extension, the mandate of the people who have given Parliament the power to determine its representation at ECOWAS Parliament. So this is a very serious matter. It's very, very serious. That is impunity. And that flouts against the laws of the country, and particularly the standing orders of Parliament. It's very serious. Every member of Parliament should know that you cannot elect to violently disobey your standing orders and still be entitled to be accorded the respect and recognition as a member of Parliament. You cannot. You cannot. How can you approbate and reprobate? How? So when I hear the minority members saying, I cringe. I feel sorry for them. That is why our democracy is receding. Because they simply do not understand that they are representing us. And the power that Parliament exercises presently is power given to Parliament by us, by we the people. Let's go and read Article 1.1 of the Constitution. So if you subvert, usurp, undermine the authority of Parliament, where do they send you to? Where do they send you to?
Well, in fact, this is I'm reading from the Chronicle newspaper. And this is Madam Patricia, who is Deputy Minority Leader. And she says, and the Chronicle reads, this is the story she tells, that the origins of this alleged scheme started in Tuesday, 22nd July 2025, which is described as the day of the ambush. According to her, on that day, she was forcibly thrust without her consent or foreknowledge into an attempt to unlawfully alter Ghana's delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament. She recounted that the majority leader, Honorable Mahama Yariga, took advantage of Afenyo Markins' absence due to ill health to initiate what she called a stealthy and clandestine attempt to remove the minority leader from the delegation list and replace him with her. His aim was surgical and sinister. Remove Honorable Afenyo Markins and insert me in his place. To reinforce her account, the deputy minority leader cited the official parliamentary record, noting that the Hansard captures Mahama Yariga's words with what she described as chilling clarity. The majority leader is quoted as saying, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to moving the resolution number 19 of this House, I shall move pursuant to our standing orders for the amendment of the composition of the delegation so that Osayin Alexander Afenyo Markins is removed and Honorable Patricia Appiagyei is replaced as a member of the delegation. And according to the deputy minority leader, this amendment was not only procedurally improper, but ethically indefensible, as she had not been consulted, notified, or involved in any discussions without her proposed placement on the delegation. I protested, I objected, I refused, and I was ignored. She said emphatically, she described the experience as both humiliating and instructive, noting that it revealed to her the extent of the alleged coordination within parliamentary majority to undermine Afenyo Markins' leadership. That it was Afenyo Markins. I think the claim she's making is that it's Afenyo Markins to whom a wrong has been done, not the other way around. That he was a member of the delegation and was removed by the majority leader, and that shouldn't have been done.
What she's saying is much ado about nothing, completely useless. The amendment to the composition of Ghana's representation to the ECOWAS Parliament was made before the resolution was passed. So it is the resolution and not the motion for the amendment that is the subject matter of concern. The claim is that Afenyo Markins has gone against the resolution of the House. And so that is what he has to answer at the Privileges Committee. And not about the motion by the majority leader to amend the motion that was listed on the order paper. And the resolution is clear that this is the composition of Ghana's parliament to ECOWAS. You think that it's only Afenyo Markins who was removed from the composition? All members of parliament who were not on the list were removed from the list. Meaning, not all members of parliament could attend ECOWAS. Those who could attend the ECOWAS parliament were those who were on the a resolution that was tabled on the composition of the Ghana's delegation to the ECOWAS parliament. So what is Patricia talking about? And does it mean that if Afenyo Markins' name was removed, Afenyo Markins has the right to go against the express will of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana? Is that what her argument? Does that make the conduct of Afenyo Markins right? Is that her argument? If that's a argument, I'm afraid we are descending into the arena of chaos and lawlessness in Parliament. Indiscipline will be the order of the day. But Parliament is a house of rules. Parliament is a house of discipline. And leadership of Parliament have a duty to help the Speaker of Parliament to maintain order and discipline in the House. For a leader to elect to be the champion of indiscipline, lawlessness, and impunity, that conduct deserves investigation by the Privileges Committee of Parliament.
But for you, you seem convinced that he's acted in defiance of the rules of Parliament.
Oh, you don't need a crystal ball to see it. Parliament works by resolutions, and the resolution can either be by unanimous decision or by a division. Whichever procedure is adopted, when the resolution is carried, it's binding on Parliament. Nobody can elect to go against the resolution of the House. Worse if it is a member of Parliament. And even worse if that member of Parliament is in leadership.
I see. Alhaji, before we leave it here, you used to be a teacher, right?
Yes.
How long did you teach?
Well, I taught for a very long time before I went and read law.
Oh, I see. Are you monitoring the debate over the performance, the WASI performance this year?
Terrible.
What do you think where do you think the problem is?
Well, we must diagnose the problem. It means that we are not making progress. Our children are not being intelligent enough. In the maths, they are failed disastrously. We must look at what used to happen in the past. How come that they were performing so well? Was it because they were given question papers or past questions to work on that led to their performance? Or was it that the teachers were teaching better in the past than now? So we must watch. These early stages yet. We must look at the situation and bring out remedial measures to deal with the situation. Our students cannot be underperforming when they are the next generation of this country. Is worrisome.
And have you now gotten some of tickets for the rice?
No, yesterday, last week, we met the Minister of Agric.
Okay.
In fact, let me confess that it was at that meeting that I got some level of clarity and understanding of the role of buffer stock in the utilization of the 200 million Ghana cedis earmarked for dealing with the glut, the rice glut. Buffer stock cannot buy my paddy because buffer stock doesn't feed schools with paddy. Buffer stock feeds schools with milled rice. So we left the meeting understanding that they must be able to align the original intent of Mr. President in giving or directing the Ministry of Finance to give 200 million Ghana cedis to buffer stock to deal with the glut, and the mandate of buffer stock to buy milled rice to feed students. So we must align them. So a committee has been set up to deal with that issue. But let me use, now that you've asked me, let me use your platform to commend the Minister of Agric, Honorable Eriko Poko. He gave us time. We spent close to 2 hours with him in the meeting. He gave everybody an opportunity to ask a question, and the questions were answered. The Hassan, the rice dex man, spoke extensively about the policy that animates decisions that are taken at the Ministry of Agric. We, on our part, were able to ask all the questions that we thought we should ask, and then we left the meeting understanding that we need to work together to deal with the present situation of rice farmers, both in the northern part of Ghana and in the southern part of Ghana. I add the southern part of Ghana because in January, the southern part of Ghana will be harvesting their rice. So while there's glut in the northern part of the country in terms of rice production, the glut will be exacerbated immediately the southern part of Ghana begins to harvest their rice. But kudos to the Agric Minister, and thank him so very much for making time to meet with the rice farmers and millers of Ghana.
And always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Alhaji Inusa Fuseini is former Minister for Roads and Highways, former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. He was also a Deputy Minister for Energy, former Member of Parliament for Tamale Central. Nowadays, he's focused on his farm and grows many things. Well, that's it for today. But before we go,